outside. I was doing some construction in the basement with stuff that is dangerous for them. And the two boys are always up my ass, so I didn't want them to get hurt. Also, the two boys are mischievous if you're not watching them. Oh, yay, it's raining out. Go on, Colleen. Hey, enough. So, life and job updates. Yeah, I know, pup. Let's go. Job market. Hey, go pee-pee. Go pee-pee. Enough. You were locked up for an hour. You knew I was in the basement. You're fine. Get a Bernese Mountain Dog, they say. It'll be fun, they say. So I guess actually we'll start life. Have a 100-year-old house as all of you know. And go pee. Don't get a Bernese. So let's go pee. Let's go. Stop pawing me and go pee. Go with your brother and sister. They know what they're supposed to do. There you go. Okay, so back to the talk about life. 100-year-old house, as many of you know, lots of repair jobs that need to get done. The weather is not cooperating at all. Earlier this week, it snowed. So the snow kept me from doing all the caulking jobs I need to do. Now it's raining, which will keep me from. I need to get this wood resealed. Like see, it all needs to be resealed and recaulked. It has to. And just every time I turn around, something's happening that's keeping me from getting that done. Other than that, though, still have to square out some of the floor joists downstairs. I have to box them out. Other than boxing that stuff out, everything is pretty good so far with the house. My wife would like me to think about painting the kitchen. She does not like the gross yellow plaster walls anymore with the orange plaster accent wall. She wants me to finish getting upstairs ready for when the kids come to visit. And that one is high on my to-do list. It really is. However, at the same time, it is... Colleen, get your app. Okay, stay outside. I went to close the door because the dogs came back in. And because I went to close the door, they all went to run outside. So upstairs is pretty much done. All the curtains are up. The electrical that I had to do upstairs is done. The caulking I had to do upstairs is done. The only thing left for upstairs is building a banister. And what do I mean by that? Here, let's go upstairs, right? It is a rather nice space. At one point, we were thinking about using it as our space, but we didn't. So we took the basement as our space. But so you come on up and see, here's where the banister is needed. But we get up here and it goes all the way back. There is boxes in there, like I said, that I have to pull out and see what they are. There's boxes in this one that I have to pull out and see what they are. But I fixed the electrical that was up here. I put the curtains up. Like I said, all I need left to do is build the banister so none of my kids fall down the stairs in the night. Double. So this, I did set this up to work this light. The one at the bottom of the stairs worked this light, and that was it. And then this was here for no reason with a live wire hanging inside there. That live wire turned out to be for this light. So, hey, that was fun. Jobs. So here's the one that we talk about quite often, right? The job market. I've had a lot of interviews. Interviewed to run a bulk barn. They were offering about $15,000 more than I'm making right now. Did my first interview, was told that it was amazing, which seems to be what I get told all the time now. I don't know if there's anything amazing or if these guys are just told to say, oh, you're a great I don't know if they're so afraid of lawsuits now that they just say everybody's a great candidate. But I got told, yes, you will probably be the one. We just got to call you back in a few days. It's been a week. The one brewery I had applied to that had the customer relations manager up, never ended up hearing anything back from them. I did send them a message. I did go in and drop off a resume in person. Both times I'm like, hey, if you're looking for somebody that eats, sleeps, and bleeds the beer industry, I'm your guy. Here's the people I know. Here's the people that can be my references. Blah 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 blah. Heard nothing. Then they posted a brand ambassador job, which was basically running festivals for them or pouring at their tap house. And I was like, oh shit. Maybe I don't need the full-time job. Maybe I can take the part-time job and get the same thing, because it's either I need a second job or I need a new job. So I applied to that. Apparently I'm not even good enough to bartend for somebody. So as much as I want to get back in the industry, this province has pissed me off with the industry, so I may not even look at the breweries anymore. I might just accept that it's just not going to happen. I might just accept that the new job isn't going to happen, because, again, it doesn't matter who I apply to. I either don't get an interview or I get an interview and I think it went well. They tell me it went really well, and then I don't hear from anybody again. I know some of the jobs are a little weirded out because I've only worked at the job I've worked at now for about 7 weeks, and I'm looking for another job. And they're like, well, why are you looking for another job? I'm like, well, you have to be able to afford to live. And sadly, this was the job I had to take to get out of the Arctic, and I had to get out of the Arctic for myself and for my family. And for this, there was no schooling anymore. There was no, we had to go. So we went. However, you need a job once you leave, and this was the first job that offered me something. So I took it. It wasn't making me enough money. I've been very open with the people that I work for, saying that if I find another job, I am sadly going to have to go. And it's nothing about the job. I actually like the job. I just can't afford to live with that job. And they want me to stay, but they understand. They're like, yeah, this company doesn't pay enough. We get it. And I'm like, I'm going to try. I'm looking for a second job or a better job. That's the way it is. And neither are coming to me right now. So, yeah. I don't know where to go anymore. Because, again, I apply for a job and it either is you need a license, and if you don't need a license, I just don't hear anything from them ever again. And I think it's just starting to get old. It is just starting to get old for me. And I heard the postman come to the door while I was doing some work in the basement, so let's go get that. We'll close this because three of my dogs are looking. Well, that person doesn't live here. And that person doesn't live here. I get so much mail for all the people that don't live here anymore because this used to be a rental. And I'm just collecting it all right now. And every time I go to the post office, I drop it off. And it's usually like 30 or 40 letters. Yeah. So we're in this weird spot where I don't want to go into another consumer proposal, but I've had to live on my credit cards for a bit to do some things. I had just gotten to a point where I had excellent credit, and I'm like, oh my God, I might have to do this again. Was it all worth it to get out of the north? Yes. Yes, it was. It was all worth it to get my ass out of the north. It was all worth it to get my family out of the north. It was not a place for us. Again, we had left with plans of never going into debt. We had left with plans that even though things were going to be hard, they would work. And all that got blown out the window with what happened with us and the Northwest Company. So we lost out on about $24,000 because of the refusal to pay the bonuses, and the other things that happened. And it is what it is. I mean, we could fight it with the labor board, but there's no guarantee of winning, and it's just a long drawn out process. We've thought about fighting it, we really have, but we're like, do we want to actually deal with them anymore, or do we want to be like, fuck you, you're gone, we're glad that you're gone? And I think for our own mental health, as much as it sucks, because that money would pay off the debt we went into with the move, plus finish the two renovations that I've had to put on hold that were needed, but we had to put them on hold because of how things have gone. It's a little disheartening, but it is what it is. My big man here, he's sitting here saying hi. Hey, buddy, you a good boy? Yeah, my baby, eh? Yes, you are. I'm sorry, Judge. I only have one hand to pet somebody with right now. You're gonna have to wait. Yeah. So again, every job is either you need a license or this has been an amazing interview. We're gonna forward this off right away. You should get a call back soon, and then nothing. And then if I reach out to them going, hey, is there any word? I'm just ghosted. So I think, I don't know. Even McDonald's turned me down. McDonald's! They were like, you have too much experience. You wouldn't want to work here. I go, look, I want to pay my bills. So one way or another, I need to find another job. And they're like, well, you just have too many qualifications. We don't think we could hire you for minimum wage. I'm like, I'm asking for minimum wage. I'm saying I need to make $400, like $800 more a month is what I'm aiming at. So pay me my minimum wage, give me my 20 to 30 hours a week, and let's be done with it. But no. So like even and I get it, I got a big old beard, I'd have to shave it. My wife will threaten to leave me. She doesn't like me with my baby face. I'm getting to the point that I'm a little lost on what to do, where to go, all that type of stuff. I can't keep busy ever. Like I have all these projects I have to get done, and it pisses me off that they're not getting done too. Because again, I need to get them done. I need this house to be livable. I need the repairs done before more things break. I need the weather to cooperate long enough for me to get them done, but every day that it's nice, I'm at work. And the weather in Saskatchewan is fucked. Like this like we're going to be plus 25 and beautiful out, and then we're going to snow, and then we're going to be plus 17, and then we're going to be like 1 degree and raining. Like it's getting insane. I always thought weather was insane elsewhere, and people would talk about England and stuff and be like, if you don't like the weather, just wait 15. Here it's basically the same thing. You don't like the weather, wait 15 minutes. It's going to change. It's going to change. It's fucked. It's odd. Okay, I guess I've ranted so much now. Nobody cares. I'm sitting here just with the 3 dogs. Well, who am I going to talk to? Am I going to talk to Otis? He ain't going to listen to me. He's just going to drool on me. I'm going to talk to Judge? No, if I start talking to Judge, he's just going to cry because he's like, oh my God, you're paying attention to me. I talk to Colleen, she's just going to paw me in the nuts. So, no one to talk to. So, might as well just talk to you guys. All right. Just going to feed the dogs, and then I guess I'm going to go. Oh, but yeah, so I did make a mention to myself, like make a note to myself that I was not going to check the job boards every day anymore, because that was giving me more sadness about things. That I was going to just leave it and hope something came by. And I know that doesn't really work either, but that's how the application to the bulk barn happened. Was just one day I got an email, hey, we're hiring, and I know it's an algorithm that does it. They don't actually send me the email, but we're hiring and you look like a good candidate. So I applied. A few days later, I got a call. And the next day we did our interview. And she emailed me several times that day getting more information, and then nothing. And I think the nothing is what hurts the most. It's the nothing. I feel like I'm in the never-ending story. The nothingness. Anyway, dogs are fed. I don't know what I'm going to do today because now I'm done all my work for inside the house. Everything else has to be done outside. And it's raining, and I can't do the caulk and all that in the rain. So, I can't do the painting in the rain. I might go out and continue chopping down that one bush a little bit. But that's about the extent of what I can probably get done today. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening to my rant. Bye-bye. Stop.